Hi, Cancer. Welcome to your end of December 2022 general tarot reading. It's Raina here. There you go. It's not all that bad. Okay, well, this is interesting. So, the heart of the matter, this is the past position. We have the Page of Wands, which is a card of good news, receiving good news. Sometimes this can be some kind of new relationship that kind of has an emphasis on passion versus more of like the cups like we have over here is more of an emotionally based relationship. So there could be lust involved with a Page of Wands relationship. Or I wouldn't even call it a relationship, some kind of, maybe it's a fling or something like that. At the heart of the matter is a Nine of Swords. I almost said Wands. And this is a card of anxiety. You see the person, it's night, and they are not a happy camper. So it's possible, and I would like blame, if you want to blame astrology on something like this, that perhaps that kind of the end of Pluto in Capricorn is at fault, although, I'm being facetious because I do believe that some people use astrology to blame all their problems on, which, no, you can't do that. But I look at astrological trends that could be influencing situations, and we have, Pluto in its last degrees of Capricorn going into Aquarius in March. But it is going to go back into Capricorn. So I was kind of joking about that too, because it is going to go back there. But this affects the seventh house for Cancer of relationships. And especially when you get to those last couple of degrees, it intensifies because it's like, that's when it's like almost like it's like the 12th house is the end of that cycle. So whenever you get to the last degree, it's called the critical degree. It's like really summing up all of that transit. And that transit in the seventh house is all about transformation in relationships. And sometimes those transformations can come with a lot of, pain, suffering, and turmoil. I was going to say upheaval. And especially for the sign of Cancer, which is very sensitive, this can deeply affect you emotionally and, create anxiety. And so it's possible that if you've had a if your bad marriage is ratcheting up even more, that you may have, broke down and had an affair. I'm not saying that all Cancers did this, so please don't send me nasty messages. Sometimes people say, I would never cheat. And it's like, okay, but methinks thou dost protest too much. Why are you so triggered by it? If you didn't do it, then you didn't do it. So yeah, you may have felt like you didn't know which way to turn, okay? The higher message is the Page of Cups, which is this sense of love in its early stages. And really what this can be is that if you're in this nightmare of a relationship, and maybe, hopefully it isn't this person has put you through hell, because this could be like, I was going to say, this could be an Aries person. Aries is a cardinal sign, like Cancer, and it forms a square to Cancer. So I feel like that could be an attraction for Cancer, but a very irritating attraction. And this person may, if it is that sort of person, they're very immature. And so they're creating a lot of problems for you, because a page is actually a child. But there are grown people who are acting like children out here. And I'm not even talking about knights. I mean, knights are like young men, and, I don't know, the equivalent of young women. I guess you could say the same thing for women. But yeah, this is even more childish. And such a person, you may have been attracted to them, but you didn't realize what you're getting into. So the Page of Cups is like, there's love waiting for you, but you can't allow yourself to be trapped in a relationship that is toxic, that keeps you up at night, worrying about where are they, or what are they doing, or if you live under the same roof with this person, their negative behaviors. As a matter of fact, the card that crosses you is the Four of Wands. This is the happy home. So you may not be in a happy home, but perhaps you didn't think it through for some reason. I think of Cancer as a cautious sign, but you're also a cardinal sign, so you're also prone to take action. And depending on your aspects in your natal chart, you might have like a square between the moon and Mars or something, or a conjunction even, where opposition, you get emotionally riled up, and then you do something, and you do it, and it's very rash. It's you're not thinking straight because your emotions are engaged, and you live to regret it. So forgive yourself. Don't give in to negative thoughts. There's so many resources online for healing anxieties. Obviously, if something is situational, you can't just meditate it away. You have to actually solve the problem. But sometimes we exacerbate problems too. So it's, there might even be a pregnancy for someone with the Page of Cups. Usually I don't read this literally, but in this particular case, I would say, because you're a Cancer, that would be a, what do you call that? It's kind of like, even though that was a bad situation, the gift of that situation, I can't think of that proper term. And so there is something salvageable from that. Now, I'm not saying that would be very uncomplicated, though. It might be very complicated to, let's say you had a very short fling with somebody that you don't want to be with, and you get pregnant by that person. Or if you're a man, you impregnate somebody like that. You're stuck with that person. Even if you don't live with them, you're stuck dealing with them for at least 18 years. So, that's problematic. But on the other hand, you may, realize that this child is such a godsend. What is coming in is the Queen of Pentacles. This is Earth Mama vibes, influence here. It's really like, this is exactly what a Cancer person takes comfort in: the safety of your home, but the pleasures of your home, doing domestic things. That's how you get past this. Just the grounded action that has a nurturing component to it. If you're in a place that doesn't have snow on the ground, like where I live does, maybe you can garden and ground yourself, and that can cure your anxieties. But the point is that you refuse to allow somebody else to, dictate how you feel. Because maybe you did get a little bit codependent, especially it might have been so soon into you're dealing with someone that you're losing yourself. So you have to find yourself again. You're a queen. If you're a man, if you're a man, tap into your feminine side. What can I say? But anyway, because I've been looking at my analytics and I'm getting more men, so yay men. But anyway, the outcome is the Ace of Pentacles. You see that portal in the shrubbery that indicates a new chapter of your life for you to step into. That's a grounded nature. So again, with Pentacles, the earth element. If you are dating and you're having some hellacious experiences, maybe it'll be with an earth sign, which is more overall compatible with Cancer. In general, obviously, your individual chart may suggest otherwise, but in general, so this would be a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn individual, but it's a very stable kind of connection. So something that doesn't keep you up at night. Maybe it's a trustworthy individual, somebody who's stable in other aspects of their life, and you can feel safe with that kind of a person. And it could be, for some of you, a new job. So, with that, with work matters, you may have been suffering if you've been unemployed, and maybe you recently got good news that you have work, and maybe you allowed yourself to go down a negative route with worry. I think that Cancer is one of those worry wart signs. And, this card is like bringing you back to that sense of your own innate abundance. And that can lead you to attract new material blessings with the Ace of Pentacles. It can also be a financial windfall. And, of course, Christmas is during this period in the last half of the month. Well, actually, when I'm recording this, it's a little bit further along than half the month, but you know what I mean. So anyway, I wish you happy holidays, Cancer, and I hope that they are very peaceful for you. All the best. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a personal reading, the link is below. Take care. Bye.